guys, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm headed out of Oregon. I'm going to visit a friend in California, and I'll be there for a day or two, and then I'll be headed out to Nevada. I'll show you more later. It's kind of noisy on the freeway. So I'm in Northern California, guys. I just saw this spot and I wanted to stop and check it out. It's a couple old trucks, Bronco 2 and a Ranger. This is what's cool about the West Coast. Look at this abandoned truck. It's been sitting here God knows how long. Look at the condition of this thing. There's no rust on this truck whatsoever. My dad used to have one of these. I've had a few Rangers. They're good trucks. They can take a beating, that's for sure. Ooh, that's cool art, huh? I like that. But look at this thing. Look at this. It's perfect. And this is abandoned junk. When they say California car, that's what they're talking about. Why I really stopped, sorry about the wind. Not much I can do about it. Some old homestead. It's pretty cool. There's the old water tank. I wonder if they had a windmill for the well pump. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see one. Big old tank. You can see there's the well right there. It's pretty cool. These were some hard people making a living somewhere out like this. You had to be tough. It definitely gets cold up here in the wintertime. This is the ramp where they back their trailer up and then they load the cows. You gotta dig the ingenuity of these people. You know, they just worked with what they had. Check out the fireplace. It's all stone, probably from the property. And then the chimney is a culvert. There's some old outbuildings over here, trailer, collapsed. I could use a trailer, but this one might be a little rough. I just need a frame because I need to haul some stuff. There's the old outhouse right there. Got the lanai off the back here. Yeah, check out that fireplace. Isn't that cool? Additions, you know, that's common. Add an addition. Probably had this stove here, wood cook stove, I bet. Yeah. Chimney, kitchen, bedroom. Look at the wood floors. A lot of times these old houses, you'll see the walls, they're single wall. A lot of times they'll have these strips over the seams, and then sometimes they'll have the strips like on the outside. And then on the inside, they'll have like cardboard or newspaper or something stapled to the inside, just to act as like a wind block in these old places. Pretty cool though, just a real simple structure to live in and ranch and live your life. Got the front porch, this is nice. Stylish. Anyways, I thought I'd just show you that. I like exploring these kind of places. I do this all the time when I'm out traveling. And I just find it interesting that someone spent all this time and effort and work and energy to put this all together. And then things change, you know, maybe they got old and died and their kids don't want it or they don't have kids. And then, you know, it turns into that. Life goes on, things change. Interesting stuff. This area burned, but you can see how these fires just destroy these areas. There's the road, and there's where the fire came through. But look at this granite right here. Big slab down to a river. Let's see if I can get the light. Yeah, look at all where the minerals and stuff come down. Create all these deposits and stuff. Pretty cool. It's a beautiful day. I just went for a swim in Felt really good. It's hot out here. So this is the road up to my friend's house. You can see how the fire came right up this road. That was someone's house there. It's gone. House here, gone. I think there was one here, that's gone. And then they put a fire line, I think, right up here somewhere. Yeah, right here is where they cut the line, right there. The fire went up and around, and it went around both sides of this valley. And it came in right behind my friend's house, so that it went around. I'm in the pocket where the fire didn't happen. This is the second part of the road up to his house. I like these kind of places. It's quiet back here. So this truck has a little stumble off idle and then kind of through low RPM. You know, I did the fuel pump because it just straight died on me. And I did the fuel filter. Anyways, I pulled the carb off the Suburban, and then my friend has this trailer at his house. I set up the tailgate as a workstation, got a chair, and then I put down the sheet, cleaned everything, got my tools laid out, and I got the carb and all pieces kind of in order. It's hard to see because of light. So I'm going to put this all back together and see if it gets rid of that stumble. It is pretty dirty. The carb's dirty, and I'm going to check the float level, make sure that's correct. So it's a little later, it is a little later on. I got this all apart and cleaned it. This has definitely been apart before. It had a couple weird screws and some stuff's been messed with. See, this screw over here is a Phillips where everything else is a Torx on this. This was stripped when I pulled this out. When I put it back in, it had no bite and the threads were on the screw. I just found a little piece of scrap wire laying around. I sliced it with a razor and then pulled the actual copper wire out. You take that copper wire and you kind of put it vertically in the hole, tighten the screw, and that gives a little bit of something to like squish and for the screw to bite onto. You know, the proper thing would be to helicoil that, but I am in the woods, miles and miles from town, and this goes on the vehicle that gets me to town. So, you get creative. Put it back together and see how it runs. See if it runs any better. See if it runs any worse. I've had that happen. Okay, we'll see in a minute. Put the new gasket on. Clean the intake. Put the new gasket on. Drop the carb on. So let's line it up. Hang on, I gotta climb in here. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking shit. Please. Come on. There we go. Can you see what I'm doing? Because I can't. It's going by braille. Woo-wee! Okay, and then when you tighten these guys, tighten these things, I'd say 3 steps. First step, you want to go about 90 foot-pounds, and the next step, you go about 120, and the final step, I go about 240 foot-pounds. Otherwise known as just snug. These don't need to be super tight. You'll warp the carburetor or you warp the base plate like this one already was, and you'll cause problems. Look where I'm on the ratchet. I'm choked up on that ratchet, and so I can't go very tight. Okay, took all the fuel lines and all that bullshit up. Everything's buttoned back up, so I'm going to try and fire it. It's going to take a sec for the fuel pump to get fuel up to the float, to the bowl. Should start to get fuel. Yeah, the accelerator pump works. I thought I heard something squirt. There you go. I went pretty high. Let me figure this out. Well, third time's the charm, guys. I took the top off. I changed some stuff in there, and I noticed the pin that holds the float pivot, that was bent. And I think it was like that already, holding the top of the carburetor up a little bit. And then the there's a plunger that holds the metering rods, and it was bent. So the metering rods were at 2 different lengths. So one was more exposed than the other. So I fixed that. I think this was all pre-existing stuff because I didn't mess with any of that. So I put that back together, and it still idled too high. It still acted like a vacuum leak. It was better. It was much, much better, but it was still too high. So I took the carb off again. I took that base plate apart. I put sealer around the gasket on both sides of the base plate. I don't like to do that on a carburetor because when you take it apart, it's a bitch to clean. But this base plate was so warped, and it has that strip screw. That's what it had to do. And I jammed more wire in that screw hole, so that screw got a good bite, and I got that to really tighten down. And then I put sealer on the gasket to the manifold too. That took care of all those vacuum leaks because it was definitely had major vacuum leaks. So now it's idling right about where it should be. I'll button the rest of this up with the air cleaner and stuff. I'm gonna take this for a spin and see how it runs. So I got it to idle. Let's see how it runs now. All right, I know you can't see much because the lights on this thing are super awesome. Carburetor works way better. Just took some finagling. That carburetor's pretty beat up. It's been messed with. It's missing a couple parts. It had, the wrong screw. It had a thing that was stripped. The base plate was warped. I talked about all that already. But it does run a lot better. It's smoother. And before, what it would do is it buck real bad if you lugged it. So say you were in high gear, you're going kind of slow, and then you try to take off, it would buck, like right here. Now it's nice and smooth. The point is, it runs good. So I'm glad I did that. It was a bit of a hassle, but that's just how it goes. Old truck shit. See you in the morning. Morning, guys. I'm headed out to the desert, just leaving my buddy's house. And I'm going out to Black Rock Desert, gonna go to Burning Man. I don't know, I probably won't shoot a whole lot out there. So I might shoot a couple of little shorts of like my personal camp and then the camp I help build. Not a whole lot, I'm just gonna go have fun. Truck is loaded, ready to go. All Tetris'd out to the max. Let's roll. Beautiful morning. It's gonna be a good day. Got a lot of shit to do. But it's gonna be a good day. But I wanted to show you guys this. Got some of my camp structure on the roof, and then just a bunch of stuff that'll all go together like a giant jigsaw puzzle inside, including 2 couches, 2 armchairs, 2 ottomans, full-on furniture, because that's how I roll. I like this rest stop. Just came out of the tree line, still in California, but very close to Nevada right now. Beautiful morning. There's the wind for you. I picked up mid-high from Hawaii. Yeah, he took the tunnel, right? I picked you up at the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's really nice out. I love this spot. Yeah, so we got to make a reverse light for the truck because you want to have all your lights working. And this doesn't have a reverse light. So we're going to rig up something. Okay, this is an old trick for shitty trucks. I've been doing this for years. You buy these little dollar headlamps at Walmart and they have a little base on them, and then you just tape them on. The only tape I had is like bright yellow, so we just put some masking tape over it just to make it less obnoxious and obvious. I don't know if it really is. But then yeah, then you got $2 license plate lights. Hack of the day. Whoops. That's probably look where I'm going. Okay, in line, waiting.